Guys, Monadnock Firearms, link to their Instagram will be below. Check them out, use code SteveMP5 to save you scratch on anything. Nationwide, doesn't matter where you're at, save some money because most things don't go on sale, and you can't. So now you can. Check them out, Monadnock Firearms. So I did not think the St. Victor 308 was gonna be a thing. Just didn't even think about it. But when they said, Steve, we got something coming out, want you to check it out, I said, yeah, let's do it. Because I was excited that they were gonna do an AR platform style 308. You know, of course they've got like the M1As, they've got the regular 5.56 guns and everything, but when they said they were doing this, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I mean, coming from Springfield, say what you want about Springfield, I mean, they release some cool stuff, and especially stuff they're bringing in from Croatia and the Kunas and things like echelons, like all that stuff. It's cool stuff. So time will tell what this is like long term, but this is actually the first 308 AR style gun in my inventory. Like, of course, you know, I have the HK 308 guns, like the G3, G3K, and the HK51. And of course, I've done the M1A SOCOM, EBR, M14 chassis build because classic war on terror. Now, this is the 16-inch model. And from what I understand, there's going to be like an 18 and 20 inch as well. They got it in tan. I mean, it's pretty cool. If you're into 308s and you're not trying to spend like crazy money, I mean, I think this is MSRP for like $1,200, something like that. So you're going to get it a little cheaper. And for what seems like so far, first impressions, quality piece. I mean, you got a full length M-lock and pick rail on this guy. The one thing I'll say is I think the finish that they're using, it reminds me of those lower grade finishes a bit where like it'll scuff and scrape easy. It's not the end of the world. I mean, you got to make some concessions when you're looking at like a more price point gun, especially in like a 308. I mean, sure, you can get something like this in like an Anderson or a Radical. And the quality is going to be lower. It's way more entry level than this would be. So there's some concessions to make and to keep the price point down. I imagine that's why they went for that. Where I was going to put my sling, and I put it up here at first, and it's got an M-lock, like a real M-lock point back there, and of course you do it there or on the B5 stock. But I put it there, and just from kind of, you know, moving it around, it might not come up, but it already kind of started to scuff it. So it just reminded me of that. I don't know that it is, but it just kind of reminded me of it. But what I think is cool is 16-inch barrel. I threw a Huxworks 36, finally got this thing in on this because, you know, silence the world. With everything going on, everything stands up is going to be more available to folks. And, you know, to conserve hearing, you know, the cans are just the way to go. And I'm kind of wanting to see how this performs on this. You know, it's a lightweight can. It's probably going to do some sparking, at least initially. Not sure long term. But again, I'm not going into like battle with this, so I'm not like worried about nighttime shooting and sparking and giving up my location. I just want the sound to be less. 308 booms, it's going to help. Any little bit helps. They got the B5 SOP mod stock on the back and B5 grip there, so quality products. As I was already mentioned there, they got an M-lock swivel there on both sides and both sides up front if you want to mount it up front. And there's also one in the back where I have mine now, or I did originally have it on the stock, but the way I had the sling set up, I don't know, I like the more mobility of it being close, because when I'm running the sling, and this sling is a, you know, quick deploy style sling, where I have it set up, it's gonna be kind of hard to see. In its shortest configuration, I have some play here and I'm not like too far down, but I'm not really gonna be able to shoulder it so much. I could adjust that still, but the thing that I like about it is being able to have the tab, because carrying it here and then to quickly be able to just come up, loosen that sling to give me more dangle, more room in the sling is good. It's also running a Radiant Raptor LT charging handle, so that's nice. Nice and large to get around any scopes and things you want to put on. Now, I did run a 1:6 LPVO on top of this. So I figure if we want to do this, and it's, you know, 16 inch, I mean, it's not 18 or 20, so I'm not getting the full ballistic capability out of the 308 out of 16, whereas 18 to that 20 is that sweet spot. I still wanted the ability on the 1:6 to do some close up on the 1 and to be able to reach out, you know, with better visibility at, you know, 100 plus yards, just to be more accurate at distance. So I had this scope on something else, something I wasn't really using as much, so I figure I'm gonna transition over to this, get this sighted in. It's not sighted in yet. It's also utilizing like a 45-degree throw, which is nice. So easy kind of manipulation on and off on that 45. Feels good, nice and crisp. I think where this thing shines though is the trigger. I don't know if it really says in any of the manual or anything anywhere, but this is a really nice flat face trigger. And here, there's no take up. You're on the wall here. And here we go. Nice break. Reset. Nice positive. It's loud. It's audible. Reset. But again, I'm like, there's barely any movement to the wall. I mean, barely anything. Like, you're on it right away. It's a nice trigger. I'm not going to say it's a precision trigger because it's not like the lightest trigger. But out of the box, like, it's pretty nice, especially for what you're paying. I mean, like that $1,000 price range, you're getting some pretty good features out of this. Again, long term, we'll see how it holds up. But if you're looking for like a 308 in that like $1,000 range, $1,200 range, whether it's 16, 18, 20, I think they're all the same price. Maybe a little more for the 20, but I mean, I don't know. You be the judge. You make your own decision. I mean, yes, they sent this to me for review, but for a 308 rifle, I think it's a good buy. Now mine, the 16 inch, and probably all of them, shipped with a kind of small 4-prong flash hider. I took it off because I'm running the direct thread Hux 36. And probably because it's all even, hear that? It's definitely reminiscent of like the G336, given that tuning fork type of vibe. So even just clicking it here, you're gonna hear it. Is that an issue for you? Don't know, but I took mine off because I'm putting a can on it anyway. But just letting you know, it did ship with this. It's decent, 4-prong. And the backup flip-up sights, actually pretty nice. I mean, they're branded theirs, but they've got all of like the features you would need on a set of flip-ups. Rears, you know, adjustable rears, flip-ups front and back. I mean, standard, I guess you could say, but they're nice in aluminum. They're not plastic, so there's that. Again, I took mine off because I'm running the LPVO. All right, let's get to some shooting. There's a couple things I might do in the future, not sure. Definitely gonna put a flashlight on it, some kind of long-range flashlight. Maybe a bipod, maybe. I mean, it would make sense if I'm gonna run it as that sort of specialized role, DMR type of rifle. Even at 16, you're still gonna get the job done at 16. 18, 20, yes, would be better. But I might trick this thing out a little bit. Not sure exactly, maybe a bipod, definitely light. Probably both, to be honest with you. But let's go see how time fares on this. We'll do a revisit down the line at some point after I've gotten a bunch of rounds through it to kind of follow up and say, you know, any issues I've had, any, you know, whatever, wear and tear stuff. Is it trash down the line? Who knows? But my experience so far just in Springfield, and you guys know I like Springfield because I dig the products that they put out. Big fan of the Echelon. Huge fan of the Kuna. Awesome, awesome stuff. Let's take some shots, see how it performs with the 36. All today. Guys, don't forget, Steve MP5 on the Instagrams. See you next time. First shots out of the box, I've not lubed it, oiled it, nothing. This is how it came to me. Scope seems pretty on right now. Had it sighted in on a 300 blackout rifle, 16 inch, so probably pretty close at this distance, just at 25. Did notice some sparking out of the 36. I think, to be expected with the materials used on the 36, but definitely much quieter than the 308 would be without it. Definitely not hearing safe, of course, but the benefits to putting a can on something like this is just to knock down that concussion and that overpowering sort of sound signature, which you don't. It's not necessary. This day and age, it's not necessary with can technology. Again, this is actually still, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, this is basically first shots out of the 36. I just got it in and just kind of wanted to see how it performed on the 308, which I think it might live on this because it's a very light can. And this being a bigger rifle, I think this is where I might leave it. We'll see. But so far, I dig the combination.